All right. Welcome back, Mr. Gorell. Here with Hoosier and Kachung.
Howdy.
Hello,
What's
hello.
happening, gentlemen?
Oh,
A whole lot.
A whole lot is happening.
whole lot and not much.
All right. So, my computer. Oh, you know why? Talk amongst yourself for a second. I
Yep.
don't have money for fancy computers, so I left the editing program going in the background. My computer's screaming at me right now. It's like, those fans are kicking on. I'm like, oops, sorry. We got Mr. Lopez. He's always so helpful about telling us what time it is. He just did a personal countdown. I'm not sure it's episode 1 through 4. It's episode 1 through 3. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think on the thumbnail it says
no, wonderful. It's not. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Let that go. And then he just said start with Adam. So he doesn't care. He says start with Adam. All right. Mr. Hosier Comics. What are we I'm gonna call you something different every time if you don't mind.
I mean,
what
please
are we
do.
What are we here to discuss today?
We're talking about the new anime, Star Wars Visions. 9-episode series, all shorts released on Disney Plus. We're going to talk about the first 3 or 4 episodes, depending on time.
Sounds great.
Very good.
Yeah, otherwise they're all done by different studios and animators, and it's just a fun little experiment, more or less, I'd call it. And yeah, I'm excited to talk about some of these.
So what I would say was it was funny because I have a Discord from when I'm in Twitch. That's Mr. Grail on Twitch. Ding. So I did a Discord, and I had they were always talking about anime, and I watched. There's a The Witcher, like the
that one, the movie
TV show, and there's a anime, I guess technically on Netflix.
It's the same,
I watched it.
Anime light, yeah.
And I watched it, and I actually kind of liked it, and that is literally the first thing I've ever watched that was somewhat anime. And I was just talking about it, and it happened to be, I've never watched anything anime.
You should watch the Castlevania one then on Netflix. It's the same style. That's
not even like some old cartoons.
No, I mean, unless like when I was a kid, I watched like Thundercats, unless that's some kind of version. I mean, it's Japanese, but I don't think that's considered anime.
About Battle of the Planets or Star Blazers or Astro Boy.
Nope, never watched any of those things.
No,
that's funny.
I'm not just old.
I mean, I've heard of a lot of anime people always tell me about, because when people hear I've never watched it, they give me a list of like, all kinds of crazy stuff. But so I was staying in there. I watched that today. I thought it was pretty good, and they were like, what about the Star Wars show? And I'm like, what Star Wars show? And then it was like all of a sudden it was like bing, 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 bing. I was like, oh my gosh, that is released like sometime now.
It just snuck up, really, honestly.
It really did snuck
up.
And
what's funny is I was expecting to do the weekly release again, and instead it just hit you with all of them.
Nope, I've never watched Dragon Ball Z. Not even 1 second of Dragon Ball Z. I know nothing about Dragon Ball Z.
Do you have Netflix? Because I think there's plenty on there.
There's a lot on Netflix.
I've heard. I learned today. I've been saying manga or manga. How's he saying it? Manga.
He's probably saying it manga, and then
manga. And apparently it should be
manga.
Manga.
I've heard it manga, but I had already read that. But that's not because I know what I'm talking about. I just literally heard somebody say it like an hour ago. That's the only reason why I would know, if I'm being honest. All right, so I watched it, and I watched
one.
More than, I watched more than
Talia,
one.
How much have you watched?
Me?
All of you. How much have you watched?
Oh, so I just watched the first one. I don't mind the spoilers, so talk about the others. No worries. But yeah, I kind of started the second one just before the show started. So
I will say I've watched 1 through like 6, and I will say I did get some edits together. I will give all praise to the overlords in just a second, because they will take this video down. I am almost guaranteed they're going to take it down, because when I showed the Canadian about it, he said, wow, that's some high definition stuff you got there. And I was like, yeah, it's I'm pushing the limit here, I think, with them. But anyways, but I did not spoil anything as far as the animations go. I cut off before any kind of really cool things.
The big moments, because obviously these are very short. Like the shortest they are 14 minutes, and the longest is 20 minutes. So
I'd rather watch
into them.
If I can ask you, Mr. Lopez, how many of you watched? Because if you think episode 2 There's a few that get a little more boring than that as you go on. I'm here to tell you. There's a few that I was telling him I was literally like dozing off at work. I was like, I don't understand what this has to do with anything.
Yeah.
But
I watched the first one, and then when I started watching the second one, I was like, what is going on? Like, I thought this was good.
Different. Yeah.
I would say the second one, when you watch it in its entirety, it's really good for a short on Saturday morning when the kids are watching cartoons. It's funny. I do not think it's meant for adults in any kind of way, but anyway,
there's a different flavor. We'll talk about them.
We'll talk about it. So I'm just going to go ahead and launch the first one here. It is the first few. I don't know how long it is. It can't be too long, obviously, but let's just watch this so you guys kind of get a little taste.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. It must be lonesome traveling the countryside all by yourself. Bandits who set up camp at the abandoned outpost on the other side of the mountain.
But how are you gonna stop us?
The guards will handle them! Run for cover!
You'll surrender, although I won't be sparing your life.
Fall back!
What were you saying about close combat? Did you honestly think you could stand a chance against a Dark Lord?
To be able to beat her.
All right.
So that first episode was probably one of the best. Easily, I got a kicker to the whole season.
Good. And series should be like that. They should kick it off with something amazing just to get you hooked. But they shouldn't go into horse poop.
And I will tell you that. I actually have a part 2 that I was gonna play if I needed to, but I don't think I need to. But I actually have a part 2. Let me tell you something. I could have gone farther. I actually have 2 parts to this, but I'm just gonna leave it alone. You guys, you see the Lone Wanderer guy. I mean, probably what's going to happen. I thought that's a really cool reveal. That's probably why I won't play it, because I think I do show the reveal a little bit.
We could save that for when people watch the episode, especially near the ending when he opens his coat. I love that moment.
Yeah, that is really cool. So it's really cool. I would say that you definitely could watch more of that. I'm a Star Wars purist. I don't even like the fact that non-Jedi hold lightsabers. And to see a lightsaber umbrella at first had me going, "Are you kidding me right now?" But the more I watched it, the more I kind of liked it. Actually, the more I just because it's
umbrella.
One thing to be said for the series is that one of the big rules they had going into it was it doesn't have to be connected to canon. They can do whatever they'd like. They can have episodes they can implement into canon. Oh,
got some celebrities in here.
Into canon. Except they'd have to follow a bunch of guidelines. So most of it is they basically do whatever they liked and got to have more fun with it, like this episode.
Hey, you remember that part that we said we weren't going to save because people haven't watched it yet? Lopez being Lopez, he decided he's going to go ahead and just do whatever he wants to do.
I just noticed it.
Freaking Lopez.
So I was going to say, one fun thing after we watched the episodes, I switched to the third episode. I was like, who did the voice? And I looked at the credits and I was like, are you kidding me? So I pulled up the voice cast and was kind of shocked by a lot of the people in there. So this episode, the guy playing the Ronin, I'll pull his picture up. His name's Brian T. Pretty famous actor, or Japanese actor. Recognizes his face at all. And a bunch of stuff. But the bandit leader, do you know who the voice of that was? Did you recognize it at all?
I did not recognize it at all.
It was Lucy Liu.
No, it was not.
It was Lucy Liu.
That's pretty cool.
So that I was like, what? So
is she Japanese?
Yeah. Well, I was great. Then this is the dub. This is the dub versions, obviously. The Japanese one had different actors completely.
So they did these originally in Japanese. That's cool.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Otherwise, now the other thing to mention is each of the different episodes had a different studio or animator do it. So this animation was done by a man named Kamikaze Duga, who is most famous for doing the JoJo Bizarre Adventures, the opening animations, the CGI ones, and then he also did the Ninja Batman movie, the animated feature.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
is also very similar aspect where it's take the characters and reimagine them in Japan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I definitely love that. I mean, it really suited this episode, the Japanese look. I mean, just with the village and
it was really cool.
It's very
samurai. I also like how they incorporated, and the next one obviously incorporates even more, but this one incorporated a lot more. I liked how they had the bounties hunters / guards that they kind of used in it. Not that she didn't dispose of them very fast, but I mean, it was kind of neat to see some of them. I really like that part where he comes in with that Gatling gun.
Yeah,
it looks really cool. I just thought it looked really cool. And to me, the sound, the sound and the music and all of them so far have been really good. Like they did a really good job. So what we were saying right before it came on is that we both think, and this is not, I think a lot of people that I have read say this too, that it seems like Disney is putting some test screens together.
Yeah, so essentially, this is probably an experiment, so that whoever one's fans they'll continue it in another season. Like they'll get another shot, or maybe they would make a mini series out of it, and then whatever episodes that weren't up to par, they'll give other studios a shot.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with having I mean, if you can do a what if in Marvel,
why can't
you? I don't see why you don't have a what if style. Somebody told me, and again, I'll give credit to the guys in Discord. They said this reminds them of the Matrix. Apparently, did something very similar.
The Animatrix,
yeah, the Animatrix.
They had multiple little shorts in a single film.
So I hadn't known about that, so I'm gonna have to go look because I like the Matrix. But what?
It's definitely interesting. I will say, the third episode, when I say the cast listing, I definitely think the third episode had the voice acting was a little rough for the English. I'll probably watch both. I'll rewatch it all in subtitled or the very.
I will say I've always found that in these situations, when the show is very Japanese, even when I used to watch a lot of kung fu and stuff, when the show is very, very Japanese, a lot of fighting, you don't notice acting as much as when you were saying there's one coming up that you very much noticed the voice acting and was not pleased with it. So I will notice that too. Well, all right, so that's the first one. I would say out of the first three, this is definitely my most favorite. That opening scene that I showed where he's standing over the hill and looking down on it. I mean, they had me right there. Right there, I was like, oh, this is
another mention, the film grain going throughout the whole thing too.
Yeah.
I would say probably 10 out of 10 that episode. I would say really that one. I would want to see a whole mini series of that.
Because I want to know what the hell that guy's doing. I want to know what's going on in his world. What brought him there and why he's doing what he's doing. Now we're just going to go ahead and go in a totally different direction. Episode 2. Here we go.
We are your band.
Here we go. Did it start?
It started. Yeah, it went through.
Okay, I don't ever see it. So here we go.
We are your band, Star Wavers. Ye, Land, Curdy, and rocking those electronic sounds. It's V5.
I have business with the slug. Come along. Jabba's been looking for you.
Let's rock 'em!
All right, obviously I did a little bit extra there because I know there's one of us that really likes old Boba Fett there, so I did a little extra of him in there.
I did like him flying. I thought that was the coolest part of the episode.
Yeah, I think the actual animation is fun.
Yeah.
I do think this one is totally for kids. The very first part that I didn't put in there was that the guy that is singing there's like a Padawan probably.
I
He's
assumed a
running for his life.
Padawan or a knight, if that.
Yeah,
I
he
know
had
it's
the little.
Padawan,
He
yeah,
had the
we got
thing.
the braid,
Yeah. So he was running. Obviously, it's right after right after the order is given, and he's running for his life, and he runs into this slug. This slug, as he keeps calling him, is wanted by the greatest of Hutts, and he sends out his bounty hunter to go get him. And all they're trying to do is rock, baby. They're just an amazing rock band who just wants to rock it out.
Yeah, so honestly, I liked the episode for what I knew what it was. It was supposed to be like more kiddie for kids. I did like the animation a lot. I thought that was like obviously it's that style, and Boba Fett just Tamora Morrison being there and doing Boba Fett and all his parts in the episode just made it for me.
It's almost like there was animation and there was CGI.
They do a blend of both.
Yeah. I like how that gentleman who does the voice has just embraced it. Like, some of them try to like say, screw that. No, he just embraces it. If you're willing to give him a couple of bucks, he'll do the voice for you.
Well, he does it for every video game, small little parts.
Yeah, he'll do it all.
C-3PO. Now, the other one is the voice cast for this episode has the other voices aren't like notable. They're just kind of like, stand-in voice actors. But the person who voices the kid, the Jedi, was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
What?
Really?
Yeah, so another like I did not expect.
He was who?
Sorry?
Who was he?
He was the Jedi singer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is pretty funny to me. The rest of the cast was more just regular stand-ins, other than Tamora Morrison.
I went the very beginning was running for his life. Oh, I was like, I like this animation style. Then they became a rock band, and I was like, what the hell am I watching? Honestly. And then by the end, I was like, you know what? I think my boys would giggle and laugh at this. This is totally meant for children, and I think it does a fine job. I don't really know if there's any deep analysis that needs to go into this. They are literally just trying to find a way to play one band because every time they play a song, a bounty hunter shows up and stops them. So they just want to play one song uninterrupted. That is the entire premise to this cartoon.
You know what I thought was weird is one of the band members is literally a slug.
Yeah.
But he's not a Hutt.
No, he is a Hutt. He's a Hutt.
He just
looks like Jabba. Like it's time for you to get into the family business.
Yeah, that's the point. Is that he's off playing in a band, and they want him to come be a Hutt instead of just playing in a band.
When you want to be a rock star, your parents getting you back in middle management. Now, I was gonna say though, seeing a Hutt.
See, I don't know. First of all, I don't even know if it's true because you talk so much trash, and then two, your daughter, as we have shown on many occasions, is not like other children. And I do not expect her to do anything. I don't know how many children would look at a cartoon that's clearly made for them with a goofy, corny song at the end and go and disgust and stare at you and then like want to turn off the TV. That's only your child, I'm afraid.
So raise them well.
All right. So anything else to say about that one? Because I think that one kind of speaks for itself.
Simple.
And then the third one that we're going to talk about really quick, I think is the one that they probably took the most chances with, honestly, because the first one is just a good old-fashioned samurai show. The third one, I thought.
Second one's a musical.
And the third one is the one I think they went ahead and just. And as a purist, I had a lot of irritation, a lot of like, but I had to let it go because it's anime and it's just supposed to be fun. So let's watch this one real quick.
We are ready to deploy and are awaiting your command.
At last, the moment arrives.
Ever since you and your brother were delivered to our care, I have watched you grow. And now, I will finally be able to witness you complete your mission.
With this new power, my brother and I will bring order to the galaxy. This is our mission as twins created through the power of the dark side.
Don't worry, our duo. They won't find us.
Freeze! What? Don't give up! Keep firing!
So sorry.
Where were you planning on going with that?
To a galaxy far, far away.
Hand me the power core, and I'll forget that this ever happened. There is no escaping. I'm impressed, Kare. This energy will be a beacon of hope for the galaxy!
The only thing that this crystal can possibly bring is despair!
All right. So, a lot there.
That's just like Star Blazers. That's the same kind of animation I was expecting from these.
So for that one specifically, I really liked when it was like the animation and the art. But
yes, I was bitching about this before we went online. That's exactly what I was bitching about before we went on the.
That was one thing I was thinking of too, where I was like, okay, well, she's standing on because she has the helmet, and then he's kind of like
he has the power suit.
He's not talking. He's like just holding on. I'm like, okay, but then he starts talking, and then she gets hers, starts talking, and it's okay.
Obviously, going into sequel movie territory there.
Yeah. But so I like the animation a lot, but there were points. I can't wait to see it all. I like the animation a lot, but I will say sometimes the art when they weren't moving, it was just stills, looked a little funky.
I do like the concept. So basically, what it is, if you didn't catch on, was they have two big ships. And they got a big cannon in between them, and these two are twins. I actually kind of want to know what's going on with that. If we could tone it down slightly, I know that's anime, and I know it's crazy, but we toned down slightly because there was a lot to unpack there. They were both born from the dark side. You see all the little dark side, people in robes. Like what is that? What's going on there? And the brother, just that old story where one of them decides they don't want to be evil, and there's this big, powerful crystal. It also, the suits they're wearing were dark suits.
Darth Vader,
They can be powered through kyber crystals to give them more power. But the robot at one point tells her, "I'm afraid that you're going to go insane," and so they're kind of leading to believe that. And I didn't want to spoil anything, so I didn't want to spoil any of the show. But obviously, they're going to fight over the crystal. They're going to fight over that, and it was a cool premise. But it kind of reminded me. I don't know what you were talking about because I never seen that chunk, but I do remember like Speed Racer as a kid and those kind of things where when they're shocked, they go, oh,
yeah,
and like they don't move, and that's kind of what it reminded me of. And I think a whole like 13 episodes would get really annoying to me because it's that whole style kind of gets a little much for me sometimes.
It went very much a more modern animation style where they focused on like that. It's very much like My Hero Academia and what's the other one that comes to mind? Mob Psycho. Yeah, Mob Psycho. You wouldn't know the names, but like certain people might. But those, it reminds me of those. But the voice acting. So I actually, when the episode started, when they were going off with the twins, I thought they were Luke and Leia. They were just going to be Luke and Leia.
Yeah, so did I at first. Yeah,
especially when I heard the voice of the guy at certain points where it sounded like it was like, is this? That's what I was thinking. Is this Mark Hamill? But like, it sounds like Mark Hamill light, like someone who does an impersonation of him. But by the end of the episode, that's when I realized who the voice actors were. It said,
you figured this out without looking it up? You knew who it was?
No, I was trying to figure out what the guy's voice was very noticeable to me. And when the credits came, I paused and looked. So for the brother named Carr, was Neil Patrick Harris.
God, that makes so much sense now. No wonder he was so annoying.
Yeah, that high pitch.
Yes.
And then for the sister, that was who I was shocked by. It was Alison Brie. Now, recognize her at all? The name?
No. Who's that?
Community, the brunette from Community.
I've never watched Community. Oh, I recognize her. Yeah, I've never watched Community.
She's in there. She's a bunch of other things. That's the most famous thing. But yeah, so that shocked me seeing those two. I was like, okay, now that's when I look back at the cast.
Who was the robot?
The robot was
R2D2.
Jonathan Lippow. Oh, Jonathan Lippow. Is that who I'm thinking of? I'm thinking Lithgow or something. No, okay, he's just a normal animation voice.
Yeah, so I would say the second one is good if you're just gonna have Disney XD and it's gonna be a quick story about them going to different shows. I can see that happening.
Kids.
I can see it for kids, and there's gonna pop in even shorter than that is, like a 30-second, minute and a half clip of them trying to get to shows, being there late. I can see that happening. The first one I want more of, if it's possible, Disney. I know you're listening probably because you're just racking up the copyrights and trying to figure out how they're gonna end up taking it down because they try to monetize like 2 other ones and they realize I'm not getting those kind of views. They're probably like, this son of a
the printout's gonna be like a CVS receipt.
And I just want to say I left their logo on for a reason. It was to show that all praise, honor, and everything goes to the world of Disney. I have nothing to do with this. I do not own anything. I'm doing the best I can to give you as much credit as I possibly can.
You should just get green screens behind us.
The third one to me, like I would like to know more about that story. I don't know if I could deal honestly with that animation style as much. Like that one was a little much. It was a little crazier. I feel like that's like kind of what I think of that style of, anime is that. And, there's more. I don't want to spoil it, but there's more that goes on that's even more obnoxious than fighting in space, in my opinion. But yeah, it was still fun. So overall, what do you guys? Well, I mean, you didn't watch them, Dave. He didn't do his homework. But the other, now
that looked cool though.
Credit. We did tell him, like, I don't know, a couple of hours before the show started that, hey, we're going to review these 3 things. Get to watching. So yes, Tacoma. That's what happened to me too. That's why we only watched a couple. Yeah, I didn't spoil anything, so like it's just
we kept it.
Yeah, I would call it a completely spoiler free, but we didn't spoil anything. We just
also to mention these are like short, 14 to 20 minute things, so there's only so much you can talk about without it being too.
And if you are interested in going back and watching, if you just got here, you probably need to go ahead and rewind it now because there's a good chance it won't be uploaded afterwards, depending on what my overlords decide.
Right.
All right.
Chris is mentioning that the episode 1 would be cool to see turn into a comic, which I could definitely see.
Oh, it absolutely could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd watch a 2-hour movie. Just like
honestly,
that.
I think a mini series of that or something would be pretty cool, at least.
Like I said, that's the one that I have the most questions about. Like, I want to know more about that world and what that guy's doing.
Now,
I mean, it was a very classic, village being harassed. Somebody comes to save. It's very classic, but I was still very much interested in it.
I was gonna say, the next episodes that you have to
each cap 2.
Yeah,
2 is a little weird. All right, and then do we have some news you said today?
I'll say before that, like of the rest of these episodes, like there's some more left, like that we'll eventually talk about. I think the Elders are one I'm most excited for. But what would you guys want to see coming from like this going forward? Like, would you want to see them kind of spin some of these stories off, or just keep going with?
Well, if we're just going with the first 3, the first one, obviously, like, I mean, that first one, it doesn't not belong, Chris. It's just for kids. The first one for sure. The third one I find interesting, but I don't know if they said, "Nah, we're not gonna do that." I would be heartbroken. The first one, I actually might be like disappointed if they didn't do something with it. Like, because I kind of really want to know. I've heard that actually, when you watch all of them, the first one ends up being the 3rd or 4th best. So I'm actually kind of excited because some people say
I'm excited to see. Well, I forgot about the 8th one, Lop and Ocho being the bunny. So that's how I'm like.
So yeah, some people say it's either the 2nd or 3rd best one. So that means I'm excited to get to the middle ones because I've watched like 5 and 6, and there's some boring ones in there, I think. But yep. All right. Well, that's it.
So well, just real quick. So they went the Japanese route because the inspiration for Star Wars in general came from samurais, and
which is the first one. Yeah. What's his name? Kira, not Kurosawa. Kira. Chris would know immediately. He'd say it.
Our Disney, our overlords at Disney knows what they're doing. They're very intelligent and they're wonderful people. But I also believe that not only does Star Wars lend itself very well to samurai world, but also Disney doesn't really have a lot of that style of art, like anime. And I think that Star Wars lends itself very well to kind of break into that anime world, and maybe they get some of these like we were saying earlier, you get some of these studios in here and they start making some movies. That's a good way to because I mean they don't own everything yet, so we gotta
Do you think that they could do this kind of production for say a different country, like someone else's art form, animation style? I mean, anime is very it's very well
anime
known.
is just Japan's animation. That's all.
Right. I'm just saying, like, would they go further
throughout this whole thing? It's so varied.
Is there any other country that's known for
the
their
only
animation
other
style?
one is Korea, and that's about it. Other than the Americas, Korea.
But it could be, they could go with production companies that do live action, or just.
Are you trying to find a way to get us to say Australia might be involved in some kind of way? Because I'm not sure if I'm aware.
I don't know. Kangaroo Jedis.
Kangaroo Jack is a
crocodiles.
I mean, listen, honestly, if you had some swampy looking area or something, and some guy with a very thick Crocodile Dundee accent came out and pulls out a knife, starts walking towards it, that could be cool. I don't know, like.
I mean, have you seen the Dreamtime paintings that Aborigines do of the bunyips and creatures like that?
No,
could be interesting.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dagobah diving is what we'll call it.
Yeah, but no, I just think obviously anime is very popular. It's a very popular art form, and Star Wars lends itself very easily to anime. I think that's probably why they did it. All right, so what's your news? You ready for your news?
Yeah, just have this.
Hold on, hey. We got rules around here, sir. You can't just jump into that. All right, go ahead.
You spring it on me so quick. Yeah, if you open the Google Drive, it's there. It's just so basically Disney went out and released.
I didn't really want to click on this, but it's funny, so I'll click on it.
So Disney released a picture basically showing off their 2021.
That's awesome, by the way.
Commander Cody.
Yeah.
Yep.
The details.
He does. Oh, he does. I don't know if you can see it, but he does.
He has him in his palm. It's exactly what I just showed, but it's in pop form.
That's awesome.
All right, so what's going on?
So Disney Plus, so they released a picture showing off what is going to be released throughout 2022. Throughout the whole year, so we actually know what to expect. Because before, especially when we did our video on all the Disney Plus stuff coming out, they were just general release dates. They never had anything concrete. This doesn't have it 100% concrete, but they had the release order, so we know what's coming when throughout the year.
Did Chris even bother doing? Oh,
she did. Yeah.
Did. Sorry,
just for the new comic book day.
Thank you, Mike.
I was talking trash and he actually did it because I didn't think we gave him any time at all. I didn't think we gave him any time to do anything. I apologize. Our fourth member. Hold on, let me go ahead and we're going to go ahead and go straight to the slideshow. Hold on.
Well, the picture is not in the slideshow.
Okay, let me share screen.
Wait, there's a slideshow?
Yeah. Apparently he did his job. I apologize.
This is wild. So yeah,
it's going to come eventually.
So small. Okay, cool. So yeah, so throughout the year, so basically starting December this year, going into next year, we're starting off with Book of Boba Fett. So that is very exciting. After that, we're following it with 12 episodes for the Andor show. I didn't realize it was that long. I thought it was going to be like an 8-episode series.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's going to be fun. I think it'll be exciting what they do with it. Hopefully it's not boring. That's the worst it could be, I think. And then Bad Batch season 2, 16 episodes again. They had to hit that number. So that comes out after Andor. And then a nice palate cleanser will be Obi-Wan Kenobi. 6 episodes after that. Now, here's one thing to make a mention of that show is that
whoa,
I said what? One thing to mention about that show.
Okay, but did you just go, oh yeah, palate cleanser Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then try to go past that?
No, I said palate cleanser.
That was some pizzazz.
I said, oh, whoa. So the other thing,
I wonder why they were done so quickly with production. There's only 6 episodes.
Yeah, 6 episodes. Now, what Ewan McGregor said about the show is that how they filmed it was not like he did in the prequels. It's kind of close to the Mandalorian style with the screens, and there was a bunch of on-site shooting. He says he says it just from being on set. It feels like a very what's that term? Like nostalgic experience, or reminds him of all the stuff. But as well as he does say that that's not the last time you're gonna see him as Obi-Wan. He said there's more stuff upcoming. So yeah, hopefully that means maybe another season, or maybe he'll show up in a movie or something. We'll find out. And then Lego Star Wars special. Sure, it's a little TV movie as all the Lego Star Wars stuff.
Lego.
Yeah, then they're doing Mandalorian season 3, so that's gonna basically cap off the year almost. And then they ended up with Disney Gallery, which is the behind the scenes stuff they did for when Mandalorian season 1 happened. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good lineup for the year. I don't think the only thing there I'm not kind of looking forward to is Bad Batch, but that's because we already got a taste of what that like.
Look at that.
That's really cool, actually. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. You guys excited for any of the stuff? Obviously we talked about that before. So yeah, I
really shouldn't like this as much as I do, but I like this.
I absolutely love this.
Wow.
It's so it's a Star Wars Adventures number 10. They have the A cover on the right and then the black and white on the left. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's a wraparound cover, and then they just chose the black and white to be on the left or on the front. But I don't think that's actually how it works. No, because that
could have sworn that came out last week.
No, that one didn't, sadly. But this,
I just hope my LCS is listening and paying attention.
I really like the color, the black, the A cover on the right side there.
Yeah, I'm a fan of that one. But I think they go well together. Really, they do.
I know.
That's really cool.
Lots of trick. That's how they get you.
Yeah, that's how they get you. It's like, get your ass.
And then they have a B cover, which I don't think compare to those two.
I mean, that's cool, but I don't. If you didn't put that up there, I wouldn't know that Star Wars. Like it's fine.
Yeah, basically.
Jesus.
The black and white's a 1 in 10, as they've always been doing with those ones.
It's Schwartz.
It's Schwartz.
If you didn't think Disney was gonna slap my ass, and you put something like that mocking them in this, Chris, like you definitely gonna have to get their attention now.
So yeah, then you have this is issue 2 of the Ghost of Vader's Castle.
Funny. I don't know why I'm laughing at this, but this middle one that makes me laugh.
Issue 2 already?
So issue 2, yeah, I know that there was 1 and 2. They've gone by really quick. Wow. We talked about 1, I think it was 2 weeks ago. But I want to be
like, I didn't get the first one. Oh no.
So yeah, this one's very much
is that Jackson, and was that King Kong? No, it's Chewbacca.
Jackson and King Kong.
that's a homage, isn't it? It's a homage.
The first one is like the first issue we saw was the same exact outline with Vader, except it was Anakin, Jar Jar, and Padme. This one is, this.
Chris is the actual talent behind the show, to be honest with you. Jesus. Jackass. Oh, no. Oh, I must have this one.
So this one is Star Wars issue 17. So it's I believe the last issue for War of the Bounty Hunters for Star Wars. And it has the A cover, and then there's the 50th anniversary one for Revenge of the Sith. Mustafar. That one.
I don't know how many books my LCS has for me, but my box has got to be getting big.
You're gonna be very oofed off this one because there's another cover that comes out this week that you're gonna want.
Even the A cover looks great.
Woo! Look at that Lando.
Yeah. So
wow.
There's 3 more covers. There's the action figure cover as normal.
What do we have here? God,
there's the ship variant, and then there's this. I believe the Lando's the 1 in 25.
Of course, it's a 1 in 25. You bastards! Why would you do that? You think this guy's gonna get you 1 in 25 numbers? No, This guy.
That's a gorgeous cover though, like how the Millennium Falcon kind of fades out hyperspace in the cape.
Amazing.
What on earth is that creature on the left?
That I was really considering the look of, and then there's a second.
That's a good job. I recognize who that is. That's the Queen of the Dragons. That's good. That's good likeness.
Yeah, they had to. It was a Game of Thrones honorary. So this is a second printing for issue number 3. So when she fights Vader,
Barbarian, what's happening, dude? And that poor Mike is here, ladies and gentlemen. The actual 5th member, I guess. We have so many members now of the crew.
a whole militia on this. So yeah, this is I think it's a cool variant.
You better believe it, Mike. He is the first pimp of the galaxy. He's stop and first. Are you just doing this on every other one now? I'm mesmerized. Hold on, I can't stop looking at this. I'm completely mesmerized. Just watch the hip action by Darth there.
That's the second
hip action alone.
Second pimp of the galaxy.
Watch this hit. Get it. Nice.
There's no shortage of Star Wars memes.
Where?
Oh,
is this
never
it?
ending.
Why is it not moving?
I think that's it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. That was his. Yep. That's it. He didn't have. I wish you could see.
That's
you guys,
all the comics coming
you can
out.
See. All of his animation off to the side is hilarious. I know it's small on screen, but it's absolutely hilarious off to the side right here. Just so you know.
That's a lot of comics for 1 week.
It's all from one issue. There's three comics. One issue basically takes up most of it. That's all the best stuff.
Thank you. Well, awesome. Barbarian just pooped in to say hi. Plus, Mr. G is ignoring me on Instagram. I don't ignore you. What are you talking about? It's Mr. Gorell at Instagram. You got to send to that place because I don't know where you're sending it to if I'm ignoring you. Well, all right, gentlemen. I really enjoy it. Can't wait to watch not the next 3 because I've already watched those, and then go on and watch the ones after that. But
yeah.
We'll talk about sometime. Maybe next week, maybe the week after. We'll see.
All right. And then if you guys want a certain character, let us know, and we'll spotlight that character. But I think that's it. We'll try to make it short and sweet tonight. You guys have anything else to add? By the way, Chris, if Chris is a friend of yours, friend, that's really not a good term for what he is. But Chris, if he knows you on Instagram and he knows you like things like Star Wars, he'll send you crap constantly to try to get you broke as he is, because he would rather you be broke like him and miserable. So he did send me, and now that I have mine, I don't mind sharing because I wanted to make sure I secured my own. There's this cartoonist that Barbarian knows very well that I made fun of him for liking, and he draws little bitty little characters, like little baby looking characters. It's like Scott Young, something like this. Okay. And he did a Star Wars big print, and I bought one, so I can't wait to show you guys when it comes in.
You mean poor and happy, right?
Yeah, he wants me to be poor and miserable like him. Not happy. He's not happy in this portrait. He is miserable. He complains about comics constantly to me, and I'm like, why do you keep buying them? I don't know. Like, that's usually his response. I think that's all of our response. Sometimes people ask, why do you do it?
Hoser, when's that game coming out? Isn't there a game coming out?
Oh, that's like 2 years or a year from now. That's
well, there's the remake for Kodar that's coming out. Yeah. God knows when. There's a Hunters, Nintendo Switch game that looks coming out, and then Lego Star Wars, they keep pushing the date on it. Every day they push the date.
I'm actually like I was miserable when I found that it's that far away, but you have to have a PlayStation 5, and again, poor and miserable. So I have to find a way to lie, cheat, and steal to save money up to get one, so that way I can have it when it comes out. So
otherwise,
but all right, we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for coming out, guys. You can, I guess, sub here, follow me here, Instagram, and then I go live on Twitch pretty much every day, and probably once every 6 months Chris shows up, kind of like on YouTube, and it says hi. So, or I got issues, in case you don't know, that's his given name. All right, we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Thanks.
Got any doubles for his? A-OK. No A-OK.